Hola, mi clase. So I can use tables, graphs, and equations to compare functions. So key terms, we don't have any because everything we're going to talk about, we've already talked about, right? We've talked about graphs, we've talked about tables, we've talked about equations, we've talked about functions, and everything we're going to do with those, we've already done. So we've got Josh and Maggie. They're going to buy MP3 files, which for you guys, I'm not even sure if you know what that is anymore, but it's how you used to download music. The monthly cost is Y dollars for X number of songs is linear, meaning it's going to make a straight line. So for Josh's service, his equation, so we were given Josh's equation, is Y equals 50 cents X or 5/10 X plus 10. The cost of Maggie's service, however, is shown in the table. So this is what we're going to be doing, is be giving two different forms, and we have to be able to compare them. Which one's better, which one has a steeper slope, which one has a starting value that's higher, things like that. All right. So it says A is to first write an equation to represent Maggie's service. So to write to their equation is going to look like Josh's. We're going to do Y equals mx plus b, which means we need to find our slope and we need to find our starting point. So remember our slope, we either can use the table trick, but we need to actually subtract. Our arrows have to go the same direction. Okay, you cannot go this way and then that way. All right, the other way you can do it is fully write out the points, right? So I could do 990, take away 495, and then we'll do 10, take away 5, right? That's the other way we can do it. So I have to borrow 10, take away 5 would get me 5. And then 8, gotta borrow. 18 take away 9 is gonna be 9. And then 8 take away 4 is gonna be 4. And then this is gonna be 5. Now, because we cannot have decimals inside of fractions, what we're going to do is divide this out so that it looks similar to this, okay? And I know we don't normally do that, but because also mathematically we can't have decimals and fractions, we have to fix it. So I'm going to go 5 into $4.95. So 5 cannot go into 4. Bring my decimal up. 5 goes into 49 9 times. It's 45. We get 4, bring down this, and we get 9. So this is our slope, which means this is our rate. Okay, so our M is this, which means it's 99 cents per song. Okay, now we have to find the y-intercept. So since these are all going by 5s, I actually can go back one more at 5 and do 0. And then if I see here, it goes by 495, right? So if I go 495 back, oh, so nice, I get to 0. Now I will do it the other way just to prove it to you. So I'm going to go 495 equals my 99 cents times 5 plus b. So if I do 99 cents, I'm going to do it over here, times 5, I get 45, and then 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, and then 0 plus 4 is 4, and 2 decimals. So you can see I get 495 equals 495 plus b. So, right, if I do inverse operations, I'm going to squeeze this in here. Minus it here. They cancel and I get 0 equals b. So it works either way. So Maggie's equation is y equals 99x. That's it. There's no b, it's plus. Okay, so there's Maggie's equation. There's Josh's equation. So we're done with A. Now that we have them both in equation form, we can compare them. It says, which service is cheaper when 30 songs are downloaded? Well, 30 isn't even on my table, and I don't have any info for Josh. So what we have to do is input 30. So we're going to go y equals 99 cents times 30. That'll be Maggie's. And then over here, we'll do y equals 50 cents times 30 plus 10. That's Josh's. Okay, so 99 cents times 30. Well, that's 0, 0, and 0. And then I get 27, 27, 28, 29. And then is 2, right? 0 and then 2. So I get 0, 7, 9, 2, 2 decimals. So Maggie's cost $29.70. So now we need to do Josh's. So I'm going to take my 50 cents and times by 30. 0, 0, 0. And then I get 0, 15. And then 0 plus 1 is 1. And then we get 0, 0, 5, 1, 2 decimals. So now we have 15 plus 10, and we get y equals 35. So we would say Maggie is cheaper. So that's how we can use information to compare, right? We can use it to see which one has a better deal for things, all right? But we have to have them in the same form. It won't make any sense. So now we have a graph and a table. Okay, graph and a table. So the table and the graph show how many words Morgan and Brian typed correctly on a typing test. For each student, for both students, the relationship between words typed correctly and time is linear. Well, that's really nice. It tells us that. So it says first find Morgan's unit rate. Remember, unit rate also means slope. It's the same thing. So this is Morgan's. So if I subtract here, I get 2. If I subtract here, I get 2, right? This is me subtracting. And if I subtract here, I get 30 and 30. And I'm going to dip here this way because it's a little close. And then here is 30. Remember, we do y's over x's, so it's 30 over 2, which is 15. So Morgan's unit rate is 15 words, because that's first, per minute, because that's second, right? That's my ratio, words per minute. Okay, let's go do Brian's. Looks like there's a point right here, and there's one right here. Okay, I'm gonna use my triangle there. I need to be careful. This goes by 2, 4, 6, so these go by 20s. These go by 1s, so that's kind of nice. So when I go up 2, 4, 6, so 60, and then I go over 1, 2, 3. So I get 60 rise over run, so that's 20. And so we would say Brian's is 20 words, because that's the first one, per minute. It says which student types more correctly words per minute? Well, which one has a faster unit rate? Which one has more per minute? Well, we would say Brian, because he can write 20 words per minute, where Morgan only can type 15 words per minute. So that's why knowing how to find your slope is so important, because we need to sometimes compare the unit rates, right? Which one's moving faster? Just like your turtles yesterday, some of you noticed that you had to have the same slope to make the turtle match, right? And some of you asked, does it matter how fast I make my turtle move? No, but if you notice, the steeper the line, the faster the turtle moved. It's the same idea. All right, write the word green right here. Write the word green. All right, so additional practice, we're going to compare a graph, and then we're going to just use a description. So it says, and a description, sorry. We're going to compare a graph and a description. So this is like, they're just going to give us information, right? We've done that before too. So it says Jamal wants to buy a new game system that costs $200. He does not have enough money to buy it today, so he compares layaway plans. Layaway plans is where you kind of pay for it as you go, but then once you're done paying, you get the item, but you have to first pay it off, right? So you pay a certain amount. So we have two different plans. We have plan A, which is the graph. That's this one, okay? And then we have plan B it requires an initial payment of $60 and a weekly payment of $20 until the balance is paid full, okay? So it says write an equation in slope-intercept form for store A's layaway plan. X represents the number of weeks, and Y represents the balance owed. So if we look, our Y-intercept, these go by twos, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So it's Y-intercept's 100, right? So that's going to be plus 100. And then I don't really want to have to count between these. So I'm actually going to go for my Y-intercept all the way down to my X-intercept just so it's easier. So I'm going to go down to 20, 40, 60, 80, 100. I went down, so it's negative. And then I'm going to go to the right, and it's really nice because I just get to 10. So it's a negative 100 because I went down over 10. So that's going to get me negative 10. So there's my slope. So it's going to be Y equals negative 10x plus 100. Now we need to write an equation for layaway B. Now they make an initial payment of $60. So I pay off $60. If I have a cost of $200 and I pay off $60, I make one initial payment of $60. Where do I start paying? At what cost am I paying at? So it's actually minus 60 right here, and we get 140. So that's actually the Y-intercept of this one. Okay, and if that doesn't make sense, let's make sure you ask about it in class. But this is your Y-intercept of layaway plan B. It tells us that we're making weekly payments of $20. That means we're taking the balance that I've left, 140, and I'm going to pay off $20. So I'm actually subtracting $20 every week. And so there is the equation for plan B. So they want us to sketch a graph of plan B on the same grid of plan A. So we're going to start at 140. Actually, I'm going to do this in another color. I'm going to do it in red. So 140 is right here. And now I go down 20 over 1. Down 20 over 1. Because it's a 20 over a 1, right? It's a whole number. It's negative 20 and then over 1. So down 20 over 1, down 20 over 1, down 20 over 1, down 20 over 1. All right. And there's my grid. Hopefully I made it straight. I think I did. All right, now I'm not going to connect them. I know it kind of looks like they did here, but actually this is a dash line, so we can talk about that tomorrow. But I'm actually not going to connect them because each week I pay $20. Okay, so then we can ask different questions. Which plan pays off the system? Is it a game system? Yeah, faster. Plan A or plan B? Which one has a lower payment per week? Plan A, plan B. Okay, so question A, I'm going to put it right here. Question A, which one plan gets paid off faster? Question B, which one has a lower payment each week? Write your answers right here. All right, so things to remember: find slope, which equals unit rate. Remember, Y-intercept means starting value or initial value. All right, so here's your independent practice. They gave you two situations. Okay, equation, table. Which method of buying books is more expensive if Quentin wants to buy 6 books? So this is actually very, very similar to question number 1. Okay, so if you need help with question independent practice, this is what you want to look at, question number 1. Okay, don't forget to write green. And then don't forget to answer these 2 questions as well. Which one pays it off faster? Which one has a lower rate per week? All right, until next time, adios.